we had a very rich conversation because we had Kevin and Mohammed from the education sector and Mohammed more from higher level learning from university, and then Kevin from learning, training and skills development from TAFE. So that was great. And then with Jackie from sales and manufacturing, and Ty, who reckons he's not quite old enough to be promoted to incompetence yet. So we might have to reconnect later on, Ty, and see how you go, because I know I've been there once before. But the conversation we had was I thought was really, really interesting. So, Jackie was talking about how, we can't afford to keep putting people into boxes. And we're also talking about, the people who do menial work. And the discussion we had around that is, we have a tendency, or there is a tendency by managers and by supervisors and business owners to think that everybody's like them, to think they have the same driving ambition as, that everybody has the same driving ambition. And the reality is there are a lot of people who are doing what people would see as menial tasks, but they actually love what they're doing and they don't want to do anything else. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And so just because someone is doing what is seen as a menial task, that doesn't necessarily mean it's unfulfilling. It can be very fulfilling for people. So we thought that was an important point. And the other one from Jackie is about to make sure that people can be heard within the workplace. And we know from all of the employee surveys that we do is it doesn't matter how good a company's communication is and how good managers' communication is, it's never going to be good enough. And it doesn't matter how good you are. They always want it better. And I think that's a really important thing. Kevin was talking around about the, promoting to incompetence, and that's how we got onto Ty, so he's never been there yet. But I think one of the most important parts also was Kevin was talking about the difference between transformational leadership and transactional leadership. And I think it's actually the difference between being a leader and being a manager. And one of the sayings that I use all the time to differentiate between leaders and managers is, when I meet a great manager, I know how important they are. When I meet a great leader, I know how important I am. And I think that is very much the difference between that transformational leader, which is a leader, and the transactional leader, which is actually a manager. So I think that was very insightful. And the other thing that we talked about was about creativity, and we're talking about that not everyone can or will be creative in the workplace and take risks in the workplace because of their hard wiring. Some people are naturally very safe, and that's the way they are. It's just the way they're hardwired. And other people enjoy taking risks. And we're talking about how that a lot of people don't understand that when they want a creative employee, that along with that comes somebody who doesn't like being micromanaged, doesn't like to have people looking over their shoulder. They take risks, they'll go off the reservation and go away from the standard rules, because you get the whole lot. You can't just pick and choose what you get out of a particular behaviour. So that was really important. And then and Mohammed was talking about, some people, and this is what happened in the university during COVID for him and his peers, is some of his peers, some of his lecturers, that they didn't take the opportunity to change with the times. And no matter what the university had provided them in machinery and knowledge and learning for them to actually evolve as lecturers in this new world that we had, is they couldn't do it. They just they did not take the opportunity to change, and which is interesting. So it happens at all levels. Doesn't matter what role you are. So that was. Did I miss anything, guys?
Maybe the money.
Oh, the money. Yeah, Kevin was give me the money. No, what Kevin was saying, we all agreed, was that in the presentation, the one thing that wasn't in there, Craig, was the importance of the financial side of the business and making sure that is very healthy as well. Because, as we said, that if a business is not financially healthy, you can't do the rest of the stuff. You can't be humanised because you won't have a business. So